Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Today we're looking at this Global Forces armored vehicle. Now, recently I reviewed this amazing, and I'll say amazing, Global Forces another armored vehicle, and it's basically the same thing, just slightly different parts, and it's really cool. I mean, it's got so many features for such a cheap toy that I just had to get this tank version here, and I can be comparing the two a bit later, but the features are pretty much the same. Looks really cool. I'm really looking forward to this. It doesn't come with the tower that the other one came with, and I much prefer to have this in that sort of dark blue grey colour, but it's still pretty cool. That sand colour actually can work with my sand teams, so that's pretty damn cool too. Comes with a couple of figures I can see inside, which actually have some pretty decent, take that back, have better articulation than other cheap figures you'd expect, like Chapman and whatnot. You can see a little picture on the side there, and on the boat in the back you can see the helicopter, the boat with built-in escape hovercraft, and this tank thing here, and also the pictures there and some of the figures that they come with. But these are not the SWAT versions, which the version I got the armored car from. Authentic look. I'm not sure that's authentic, that or that, but never mind. Movable arms, waist, legs, changeable accessories, fast running combat vehicles. Fits most 10cm figures. This Global Forces stuff, and it tells you what this armored vehicle has: elevated body, includes gun turret, adjustable armored skirts, and that tells you about the helicopter and about the hovercraft. These Global Forces stuff, the cheap toys, the features they've put into them are really quite impressive. So I am actually really happy to have these in my collection. I think they're great. Okay, if you've not done so already, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right of your screen. Now, get to see all the reviews as it's uploaded. No waiting around 2 days, 4 days, 2 weeks, sometimes a month or 2 months plus, depending on what else is released in the meantime. Okay, I'm going to open this up and set it up, so I'll be back in an instant. Okay, here it is. First things first, it does look pretty cool. I do prefer the armored car over this tank thing, but this tank is still pretty awesome. Let's take a look at the accessories first and the figures. The figures are actually really good for cheap figures, and I'll go through that and the reasons why in a moment. Accessories, you get the oversized stuff as normal. You get this oversized torch. I say oversized 1/18 scale. Nothing on the front, which is a shame, but the side details are okay. You get this huge sniper laser railgun rifle thingy, which would be fantastic if you're 1/12 scale figures, so that's not a loss. You get this quite nice shield. This is the thing that's undersized. It's maybe too long, but it's so narrow. And you get a handle that's articulated and can be taken out on the back, which is cool because that can be used on the tower accessories from the armored car set. You get this, I'm not sure what that is. Some sort of awesome big gun with, is that a blade on the bottom? That's alright, again that would work for 1/12. You get a ridiculously large rocket launcher, and look, they even do drill the barrel all the way through, which normally you would not get on a cheap toy. So that is absolutely fantastic. Very, very cool, and scaled quite well, I think, for 1/12. You get this, I guess it's a crossbow of sorts accessory. Again, quite cool. Again, it's 1/12. You get this awesome looking sci-fi weapon bladed machine of death with a screw bolt in the top. Again, that'll work with your 1/12. And then what does work with 1/18, check out this little gun here. That's awesome. Tiny little gun. Again, it's quite sci-fi looking. Hasn't got as much details as the rest, which is a shame. And you do need to drill that barrel, but that is pretty cool. And the other fantastic thing you get with these, and I got with the armored car figures too, is these armored sections. These are great because they just clip on and go over the shoulders and around the neck, and that will fit a lot of your 1/18 scale figures. So you've got detachable armor, and it's because it's a hard plastic. It's actually quite easy to paint and change. I mean, that'll work. That may work with World of Halo figures or Halo figures from Halo Infinite from Jazzwares, because it's sort of same colour scheme to the Marines. That's pretty cool. And you get two sets. This one's slightly different because the paintwork is it the same but opposite almost. Then you get this cheap and cheerful, and I don't really need that, sort of barbed wire fence. you get these not very well thought out, well, not very good, I should say, sandbags, because it's hollow on the other side, saving cost. But if you see those all the time, so but I didn't buy it for that, so I'm not disappointed. Then let's come to the figures, and I'll show you why these figures are great for cheap figures. First of all, we'll have a look at the sculpts. Get on focus here. Forget the paint app, so the head sculpts are pretty decent. And with some work, cutting off or unscrewing, taking off and hollowing out, you could actually make them work for the other 1/18 scale figures. And this helmeted guy I quite like. And the other great thing about these figures is, let's check out the articulation. So you've got your normal head left and right, arms go around. You do get a waist turn. It's small, but you get one. You get the legs here, no knees. But check this out, you get boot turn, you get small, and you get small. It's on a little ball. That is awesome for cheap figures. Really, really quite cool. And I can see how the tank scales. And if I do the size first of the figures, and then get of the tank, get an idea. So the figures are literally about 10.5 cm. The tank lengthwise from tracks to back is about 21. Height to the top of the turret, the very top of the turret, is about 11.5. No, I should go from here really. Is about, sorry, 12.5, 13 maybe. And then the width of the tank, because it's actually wider than it looks because of the tracks coming out. At the widest part, we're looking at about 12 cm. Okay, so the tank, let's get a close look at this tank. Looks like something like a Red Alert tank. Now you see it's got articulation on the different skirts on the front and rear tracks. It will elevate as well. When it elevates, you'll be able to see it inside there. They should have made that a door on the front to open up. There's a little pin that goes in here that just stops the screw. Single screw that keeps the top and bottom together. That just goes in, somehow slides in there. Get to fit and just covers the screw, but I won't put it in there. And it's got wheels, and the treads don't go around, which is a shame, but that'd be too much to ask. So 3 wheels, not bad for cheap plastic wheels. Turret, the hatch opens, lots of space inside. The turret does move around, it does go up and down a little bit. It looks like there's a mount there for a gun, but there's no gun provided that fits in there that I can see. Would anything fit in that? That won't fit in there, or would it? Nope, way too thick. Anything else that looks like it's... yeah, nothing really looks like it will fit in there, which is a shame. It's nice to have a little gun that fitted in there. Okay, other features, check this out. You can elevate your tank. So now I've pulled it, and it's now a dam site. Oh, you see if I put it up there, it'll start to drop down. You can elevate the tank. You can split the tread angle for climbing up things. Really quite cool. I mean, for a cheap vehicle, having these sort of features is phenomenal. It's awesome. And this is quite hollow inside, and you can see there's space. You've got these 2 points here. These aren't for screws, it's for it to slide and not to be to turn. So I would be tempted maybe... oh, this goes up and down. There is that. This little one here, that little mortar, goes up and down. I would be tempted maybe to cut the front part off and add a hinge to one side so it flips open. Now, if we compare to the armoured car, the armoured car actually has those same features inside. If I take this up, it's got the groove here, very similar to where the actual mortar goes. I prefer the armoured car. I just wish this opened. You know, you got like this ball joint here, so you get loads of decent articulation on this. The actual turret part doesn't move around. You could mix and match some of the parts, I guess, if you wanted to, but I think they look pretty cool. So I'm hoping to get more of these because I like this vehicle a lot, and I really, really like the tower as well that came with it. And I want to get a few of those in the future. And these are costing me each time I buy a set. These are about the same cost. I think this is slightly cheaper actually. This is rarer. Each one's about £9, £9.50, which is pretty damn good for the vehicle you get, especially when you get the tower accessory too. If you've not seen a tower accessory yet, you can check out that video, or you can look, more things dropping down, look to the right here, and this says opening doors, working winch, etc. This is a great tank vehicle because it's so unusual. It works really well with your G.I. Joe, your Acid Rain Weld, your Joy Toy, anything 1/18 scale. I think it's fantastic. They've done a cracking job for a cheap toy as well. You know, I wish the Global Force had made more stuff than just this tank, the armor car, the boat, and the helicopter. I've not seen anything else they've made, but I will keep searching and see if I can get something else. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, consider joining the Patreon, and I will see you in the next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.